jamming.
Welcome to the lounge, Karen.
Hunter made that.
I was jamming. Nice music. Nice jazz.
I do like it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Kinda
up, everybody?
Happy Friday.
Friday's what's up?
Hey, what you drinking? I got some beer here. What are we drinking?
All
Karen's
reliable.
Red
Some-
wine.
Some swish. That's all I'm gonna call it.
Some Coors, man. Some Coors Original.
Or Banquet, baby. Hated it. And then I went to
There you go.
Colorado for my elk hunt, and that's all I can drink now.
But once this is done, I'll probably hit the tequila.
Oh, there you
I'll
go.
do it.
It's gonna be a crazy Friday, y'all.
Let's make the rounds. Hunter, how was your day, player?
It was good, brother. It was good. As I told you before, I am ready to get my freaking desk in on Monday so I can have a actual workspace. I'm working out of my kitchen desk or my kitchen counter right now, but it's been a good week, slow week, honestly, man. Like busting shops, just trying to get people on the phone, getting shit done on a holiday week. Don't have the benefit of taking off on a 4-day week, but another day in the life of logistics. Living the dream.
Amen.
Already. Karen, how was your day?
The same as it was yesterday. I'm going to ditto Dr. Dre, and it's been tough. No one wants to work. Like the underwriters obviously took the whole week off, and it's been tight trying to pull money out of folks this week. But I got my glass of wine.
That's right.
So, Chad, do you want to go? Do you want to be next? You want me to go last or next?
Go ahead,
or
buddy. Go ahead, buddy. We can
All
save
right,
the best for last.
What? Yeah, right. Already, shit.
Don't
Already.
bump them up that much, bro.
I know. Hey, already. So, my day was fantastic. I mean, it started off crappy. I had 3 loads fall off back to back. But man, my team came through like they always do, and booked all them things. And I got my final commission report for this month. And last month, August, was the best month I've ever done as a broker, man. So
Congratulations, bro.
dude, it was a milestone that I set for myself last year, and like it's been hard to reach, but dude, I'm fucking excited about it, man. I even had my boss even called me out, telling me how happy he was for me and shit, dude. So but yeah, all my freight got booked, man. I mean, I guess as a broker, that's all you can ask for, right? Like, that's all that fucking matters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
Chad, hit us with it.
Oh man, it was an easy day. Played hooky, yeah, I spent some time chilling. We got my son's birthday party tomorrow, so the morning was full of getting the house and yard ready. The afternoon was full of shopping for it, and yeah, if only every day was like today, I'd be a very, very happy, less stressed man.
Did you get the trimming done? That's all I gotta know, man. We gotta get another.
So I started. I got about 2 foot done. I have a big yard. I have a lot of stuff I got to trim around, and I use a 40-volt Ryobi trimmer. I got about 2 foot at the end of my driveway done. Battery died. So,
Bro,
That's where you went wrong, bro. That's where you went wrong.
I totally know what you were talking about, Chad. But dude, I swear to God, like my mind is fucking dirty. So it was completely going another way. And what are you doing with a battery operated weed eater, man? Aren't you a real man? You gotta get you a gas weed eater, bro.
Dude, that Ryobi, they make some good stuff. I
got a Ryobi gas.
I'm all about that fossil fuel, but I was using a still weed eater, and it died on me. So I went and got the Ryobi, and I can honestly say that thing cuts through so much more than that still ever has. So
I got a Ryobi gas.
Now, if you stay away from like the 20 volt or the 18 volt, if you get those, you're not gonna get good quality. But if you get like the 40 volt, it's got some good power to it. You just only get about an hour's worth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I'm glad everybody's day went well, but we are going to cut to a quick message from our sponsors. It'll only be about 30 seconds. I hope you guys enjoy this. Karen made one of these videos, and Hunter and I made the other. So let's get right to it. Boom, and there we go. We want to thank Karen for sponsoring our show, and we also want to thank Henry Sheldon with Freight Management Systems as well. We had him on earlier this week talking about his TMS software. So if you haven't watched that show, I believe he was on Tuesday, if I'm correct. But either way, and Karen, this is her first appearance on the show. She is going to talk to everybody about insurance. Specifically, I think she's going to touch a lot on carrier insurance. Chad and I both love insurance as well. And I would tell you one thing I've noticed throughout my time in this business, a lot of carriers and brokers do not realize the type of insurance that they need. But before that, we're going to get to our little news segment for tonight, as we always do. We're going to make a quick touch on some unions and get everybody's opinion in here. If you're watching, please comment. We'll put you on the screen, and we will take your questions as well. So here we go. All right. So, man, dude, I love that shit, Hunter. I love that little thing, bro. All right, so I specifically wanted to come on. There we go. I saw this article and I wanted to talk about this one. Because of Yellow, obviously, a lot of that stuff that reporting started about the unions and them doing their little talks and so forth and so on with Yellow. And also it's something that a lot of people don't realize is pretty prevalent in the carrier realm, especially for smaller, how to say it, like smaller regions like this one. It's a certain group of drivers. They're out of a certain region and they work for a certain contract for this company. So, that's usually where it goes. Basically, what this is talking about is this company ECM. They have decided to unionize, and they are owned by Werner. Which, if you know Werner, they're one of the biggest carriers in the country, and none of their drivers are unionized, as far as I know. So this is a pretty big deal for them. Obviously, they are against it. If you know anything about unions versus the free market, so forth, so on, then you know why that is an issue for companies. It basically adds another hand in the pot. You know what I mean? It adds someone there that's, talking on behalf of people and really making the decisions and also, obviously, charging money and stuff. So, it's definitely something. Me personally, I am against unions. I always have. I understand that when they originally started, there was a purpose for them. If you're a history guy like I am, then, the basis of unions started for workers' rights, back in up till about the, I think, 1910s or something like that. In this country, the work conditions were just absolute shit. We even had children that were, doing hard labor and stuff. So the original idea and implementation of it, I am all for. I agree that. But to me now, they are just really fucking corrupt. They really are. I will quote a friend of mine. When we worked for a company, a bunch of guys there, coincidentally, they were all from New York. I only say that because, unions are big up there. But
Mhm.
a friend of mine said, he's like, I am not going to pay someone else to speak on my behalf. And regardless of the outcome, they're going to be the one to benefit from it over me. And, and of course, also, if you're a history guy, like, I mean, unions, man, like if there's a money laundering scheme going on in this country, unions are where it's fucking happening at. I mean, just seriously. But I've also brought up the point of yellow earlier because if you saw how all that went down, even though all these people lost or the company went out of business, which they were going to do anyway, regardless of what these unions were going to do for them, all these people still lost their jobs. And do you think that this union is out there actively finding these 30,000 people jobs right now? I mean, yeah, they're concerned that they lost the money. And as far as I know how unions work, if they want to continue to be a part of it, they got to pay their dues and their fees, even if they're unemployed, and I mean, so, just think about that. If they so happen to work in your benefit, but when you're on the down and out and shit sucks for you, if you still want their help, you've got to pay them. And to me, it's basically like another tax out of your paycheck, they take however much their shit is, and that's just the end of it. So yeah,
I disagree.
Huh?
I disagree with you. I'm the opposite.
Okay, well, go ahead, Karen.
That's bad. I love it.
I disagree. I completely get where you're coming from. But for the lower end workers that are like in retail, where there's so many levels of management, unions are needed in actuality. So let's say you're in a situation, you're an employer, those yellow guys, yes, I do understand they have to pay dues and yada, yada, yada. But if they cannot afford someone to speak on their behalf, if it's a serious enough situation, that's what the unions do. If they refuse to take that 10-cent raise that they get thrown at them after 12 months of busting their ass on overtime, that's what the union does. So for someone like you and me and the guys in this group that are entrepreneurship mindset, that are go-getters, that'll speak up for themselves, no, we wouldn't need something like that. But not all of us are like that. So there's pros and cons to unions, and I don't agree that it's all bad. That's all.
Yeah, 100% agree. I'll agree with that 100%. So, but I do believe our own thoughts and opinions on a union is just simply depending on the industry that is unionized.
I agree.
Today's trucking world, today's transportation world doesn't need unions. Demand for product across the country and world is what gives drivers today the leg up when it comes to negotiating their rates.
Yep, I agree with you.
My thoughts, because of the way demand is in the trucking world for drivers, for trucks, you're just wasting your money paying someone to argue for you a point you can argue yourself within minutes, no matter where you go. And so, but in different industries,
but they're not going to do it.
You have different
guys won't do it. They won't even fill out their own DOT and MC registration paperwork. They'd rather pay someone else to do it. These guys think that 90% of this job is driving, when it's not. Driving is only the 20%. The other 80% is the logistics, the administrative piece of it, the networking, the negotiation. And truth be told, because I talk to them day in and day out, 90% of the ones I talk to don't realize that or don't want to realize that, which is why the owner operators are having such a tough time staying in the business.
Because I've asked a lot of people about this, because in time, like in all of this since COVID and since before that, logistics between brokers, carriers, shippers, it's been chaos. And, obviously for union, in trade, whether it be electricity, plumbing, welders, that makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
But with carriers, to your point, Karen, they can't agree on anything because everybody has a different mindset about what should be done, what they deserve. And in all reality, nobody deserves anything unless you go out there and work for it, especially
Amen.
in this industry. Like,
amen, Dr. Dre.
I've talked to a lot of people. It just don't make sense until everybody can come to an agreement, which I don't think will be in our lifetime, if that.
Well, I appreciate everyone's opinion, as everyone else does, and we agree to disagree. Is what it is. I don't know. I'm just one of those people. Like, I don't need someone to speak up for me. If I want to strike, I'm a strike. Like, ain't shit.
Well, let me bring this up.
I don't need you to tell me I can strike.
Look, the Port of Vancouver has gone on strike for the past 2-3 months since my birthday. I think it's when it started, April 24th. And dude, every day that they go on strike, that sets the entire supply chain industry back weeks, because it doesn't happen overnight. We're like, oh yeah, we'll come to an agreement. Well, all that paperwork has to go through. Everybody has to agree on everything. There has to be signatures made. And it just, look, this is not an industry, especially being the backbone of the world, where unionizing, thinking, oh, woe is me, I deserve this and that. No, if you think you deserve something, then change your game. Go out and get that shit.
Does anyone else feel like that was just an opportunity for Dr. Dre here to plug his birthday?
Yeah.
On the show?
We ain't getting you shit. Chad and I don't know.
I don't want shit.
You get to go out and work for it.
Hey, Chad, you know what we should do? Oh my God, bro. I seen this stuff on TikTok where you send people like fucked up mail. Like,
if you send me exploding dick litter, I will kill you, dude.
Oh man, we do, or like there's one that says dildo inside fragile.
Perfect.
Oh man, bro,
Perfect.
I'm so gonna send that shit to you, man. That'd be great, Chad. We need to do that.
Putting it on my calendar now, April 24th.
So, well, anyway, there we go. We're not going to touch on it much longer.
No, I'm looking forward to this insurance conversation.
Just wanted to bring it up, because like I said, the with Yellow, that brought more attention to unions, as well as some stuff is going on with the stuff that went on with UPS. They had some drivers that were going to strike and stuff too. And UPS is a hugely unionized company. But yeah, there you go. Stuff that's happening in the background. Like I said, what also makes this kind of important to me is that this company, let me scroll down and just at least say this. They own 80% equity ownership in this company. They bought them out, 2021, which, was right in the midst of COVID. So there were a lot of mergers back then. And of course, Warner stands to, lose ground and possibly, lose some money and say and stuff like that. So there we go. There's our little news segment for the day. Appreciate everyone's comments and such. And we are going to move in to talking to Karen. We're going to add Gizmo, aka Terry, in as well. Terry, you're going to have to shut the hell up and let Karen talk first, and then you can talk, okay? He's flipping us off. All right, Karen, we're going to let you take it away. I'm going to pull up your website as well. If you want me to click on anything or go to a certain section, just let me know and go into your spiel, and we'll have plenty of questions for you.
Okay, great. I mean, I'm not, you know what? Today is Friday. We're chilling today. I've been promoting on the platform for a few weeks now. And so everyone pretty much knows Karen and King so far. But yeah, go to the homepage.
Yeah, who the hell starts on just a random page on the website? I mean,
I just had that pulled up, bro. I just had it pulled up, man.
No worries. And then, yeah, you can stay right there where it says get a commercial trucking quote. Now, this, for some strange reason, it is crazy because it's so difficult for me to get these guys and gals to get on here to do a quote. They don't understand why they need to do it. I think they think that it is car insurance, and all they need to do is give me, I don't know, their name, and I should miraculously have all their personal information, but that's not the case. So hit that get a commercial trucking quote. Yeah, that one right there. So when they call, they are to, I send them to the website and I have them scroll down once they hit get a commercial trucking quote. And this is where they have to fill out all of their information. Everybody is a new business. I don't care how long you've been in the business, you're a new business. Scroll down a little bit. I've got about 5 carriers on our platform, and all of them need different stuff. I've got Progressive, I've got Canal, I've got SPS, which is a new carrier that I've got Trinity, I've you name it, but everyone needs different things. So it's really important that I get them to fill this out. What I have been noticing, because I've had a lot of calls, is that a lot of trucking guys do not know what bobtail insurance is. Do you guys know what bobtail insurance is?
Yes.
Tell us.
But yes, this is your opportunity to educate. So please take the opportunity.
Okay, that means no. Okay, so, and no, not a lot of people know. They don't get it. Bobtail is non-trucking liability. It's going to cover you for $1 million, but it's only going to cover you when you are not pulling a load. I get so many guys that call and say, I need bobtail. So if you need bobtail, you also need non-trucking, you need physical damage, because the company that you're working under is not going to cover your physical damage. And you need a general liability. I'm going to get into that as well. No one knows what a general liability policy does, and I've got to fight them to get it, but they need it. And most of the policy, it's only an extra $40 added to your policy a month for something that's going to cover you up to $2 million. And if you have, and cover your LLC, so you are not, so if someone goes after you, they don't have access to your personal house or home. All right. So bobtail would be non-trucking liability, and it only covers you when you do not pull a load. If you are working under someone else's authority or company's authority, and you need bobtail, that means they are covering you for the AL and they are covering you for the cargo. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so what a lot of guys are doing now is they're just getting the non-trucking liability, and they aren't honestly being covered for the AL or the cargo, because the carrier that they're working for or working under isn't actually putting them on their insurance. And there's a lot of that going around. So it's an in-depth conversation when someone calls for bobtail, because I've got to make sure that we're all on the same page, because we all could be liable in case there's an accident. They also don't understand trailer interchange and unowned.
I've dealt with trailer interchange before at the border, and it is a very, very tricky process.
It is. And so most of the carriers, if not all of them, if you get trailer interchange with your policy, that's if you're working off of a load board, right? Different carriers want different amounts. The average is 50,000. I don't know why, because half of the carriers, their trailers look like they're only $5,000 worth. But okay. If you get into an accident with that trailer, a lot of the carriers won't cover it, because you may or may not have sent in your interchange agreement. That is huge. But a lot of them don't understand the difference between trailer interchange and non-owned. Go down a little bit.
What is that difference between interchange and non-owned?
Well, they're pretty much this very similar, and really the major difference is when you've got a huge fleet. That's really where it really matters. Interchange is if you are working off of a load board and you've got, you're pulling everybody's trailer. And then non-owned is if you somewhat have a contract, and I may be saying this backwards, but it's one of the two. If you have a contract, like maybe with the Walmart, and you have an interchange agreement, and it's, they've got different trailers that they're covering, and you're running trailers, but you don't own them, but you still want them covered.
Got you, like power units,
Yeah.
running for,
Yeah.
Hey, you got this 7 days, you could run one load on there, but you got to get it to this spot within that time period.
Exactly.
But if anything goes wrong, it's on you.
That's your ass.
I think it all. My understanding of it all really boils down to the ownership there. I think anyway. Again, I'm a logistician. I'm not an insurance agent.
No, you're correct.
So the when I owned my truck, I didn't own the trailer, and so I rented or leased the trailer month to month for a 2-year contract. I didn't have to have a trailer interchange agreement to lease that trailer, but I did have to have I think it was like a not owned or unowned policy.
Yeah.
It essentially, my policy essentially covered the trailer as it was my own, but I didn't own the trailer. So, but trailer interchange agreements I deal with still on the daily. Of course, you have to deal with it if you do any port work and you use a port chassis or a pool chassis. It all boils down to ownership.
And then speaking of port work, as you see on there, they could request UIIA, which is needed, which is another line that's needed to be able to do containers. Now, We're licensed in about 40 states. So I have a lot of my UIA policy requests out of Jersey, Savannah, Florida, the states with the ports, and UIIA is just a different line. When I was go ahead.
I was about to say I've dealt with them a lot during the COVID times because a lot of these power only drivers just saw that the only freight that was coming through was at the ports, and they would call and be like, "Yeah, I can get to the ports," and then next thing you know, it's like, "Oh, I need a scat code, and I need all this shit," and I'm like, "Yeah, the UIIA is what you need."
It's a lot.
It's not a walk in the park.
No, it is a lot. You have to register with UIIA. You then have to, once you register, you get a code that you give me. You tell me what, it's too much.
Then you got to get approved by the terminals. You got to
choose the terminals you want. It is a lot, but there's different seasons, like container season's coming up big time in November and December. So if you're a trucker out there and you're interested in doing containers, hit me up. I'll get you that UIIA. Now there's certain carriers that you have that do not provide that, like Progressive. They don't provide that.
Now, what's the additional costs or requirements to obtain your UIIA coverage and agreement?
It depends on the carrier. Berkshire and Nyco are the highest. It depends on so much. You know what is so interesting? I'm glad that you asked that about cost. I get a lot of calls where people call and they're just like, "Yeah, I've got a tractor and my buddy's only paying, $1,200, and I want to pay that too. Why did my rate come back? Or can I not get that?" And they don't get that there is so many different factors to your rate. Now, your rate's going to be different than Rob's rate and Dr. Dre's rate. Everyone's rate's going to be different because it's based off of 1, your credit. It's based off of 2, your location. It's based off of 3, your equipment. It's based off of 4, your driving history. It's based off of 5, the length of time your experience and the length of time you've had your CDL if you're a Class A driver. I could run down the list. It's based off your commodities. It's based off your radius. It's
Okay.
like there's so many like factors, which is why I had a guy that said, Karen, this form is so long, but it's a lot. It's like you're getting $1 million worth of liability.
Karen said we need to know your damn blood type, your firstborn
Amen.
social security number.
No,
Damn it, take off that left leg and send it to us for a down payment.
I don't need your social, but I do need that EIN number from your LLC, though.
No, so it's interesting.
That's easy.
Do a lot of trades work, and of course, most of that requires a UIIA. But recently, I've gotten into 2 different other lines of business. One is not every container is owned by a steam ship line. There are such things called a shipper-owned container. They don't go back to the port, but you're still they typically move on like a step deck. You still have to have your UIIA registration to access that container. Another line of business I'm conducting right now is chassis. One chassis pool may be out. They may be purchasing new chassis to access that port or rail yard to deliver or pick up repo chassis. They require a UIIA. None of this has anything to do with actually moving drayage. It is simply shipper-owned containers, and it is chassis, and all of this goes on like a step deck or a flatbed. But it all requires that UIIA, and that does make it a little bit more difficult. So, is this something you? Yeah, you got to have it. It is super important.
Unless you get an escort, that's also extra money. Just like using private chassis.
Yeah.
At the rail yard, there's that flip fee.
So I want to
Come on.
I want to touch on some of the stuff that Karen has talked about, because as I've said many times on here, I help a buddy run a 2 truck fleet operations. Holy shit. We have non-owned trailer, and because we rent a flatbed for a monthly fee. So to touch on like what Chad said, if you're renting these trailers even short term, like the chassis and stuff, which you do, you're pretty much renting those chassis. You've got to have the proper coverage for that. And it's just a must have. It's kind of like when you buy a new car or a car period, they ask you to have full coverage. And so they ask us to have coverage on our trailer as well. And I will say that the reason we specifically have non-owned trailers, I learned this from a customer of mine. I do power only and loadouts for McKinney Trailers. I'm sure everybody's heard of them. They're a massive trailer rental company. But my guy over there, they asked for non-owned, and I asked, why, dude? Why is a trailer interchange good enough? And what he explained to me is basically like what Karen said, is that non-owned covers a lot more. Like that trailer, just the trailer interchange, the insurance company could deny that claim based on whatever their parameters are for trailer interchange, because it's not all the same. And also, I want to touch on something else you also said, Karen, about how they asked for like $50,000. The reason that is, and this is me speaking as a broker, every single one of my customers, well, I say that I have 2, both of my customers that I run power only for, they ask you to have at least the value of their trailer. And here's the funny part is, even if the trailer is 10 years old, they want you to have the value of how much it's going to cost them to buy a new one, which is usually $60,000 or $75,000. So, that's why they require them to have it. And I will say, if you're going to get insurance on your trailer, and Karen, hopefully you'll agree with me on this. You're the insurance specialist, but I would recommend non-owned trailer coverage. That is what I would say that you should get over trailer interchange. And I would go for $60,000 or $75,000. Karen, I don't know what your input is, but us, when we changed from, I think we originally had 40 or 50, when we changed to 75, like the uptick in our insurance was like minuscule. I think like $10 a month or something like that. It was, or 20, whatever. It was not a lot of money to upgrade to that better non-owned trailer coverage.
No, you are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. The other piece that I wanted to touch on was actually quite a few about the understanding of admitted and non-admitted insurance carriers, but I'll go back. Later on, we'll talk about that. And really just understanding what they're doing. So many people since 2020 have jumped into this business and they just don't know. They just don't know. Before you even call me for the insurance, pay attention to what you are doing with FMCSA. Okay? That information is not for any brokers or shippers. They don't even look at that. It's for the insurance company, guys. So all of those people that are listening, if you take nothing away from this, you take this away. Okay. When you fill it out for FMCSA, only put general freight. Do not add all this other stuff. Yes, you plan on hauling containers. Yes, you plan on hauling all this other crap that nobody needs to know about. But you, the insurance company, is the one that goes into those safers and audit it. General freight, that is it.
That's funny you said that. Even for international, like ocean quotes, we just put FAK, freight all kinds. Doesn't matter what it is, we'll figure it out on the back end.
Exactly. Because the insurance carriers that are rating you, they go in. Okay. And then another thing, stop doing household goods. That does not mean that you are delivering furniture for Home Depot. That household goods checkbox, it means that you are a moving company. Stop checking that. So before I can really do quotes, sometimes why it takes a little longer, I have to go through and analyze their whole reports through FMCSA. Now that is a good agent. I'm not just taking your number. I'm not just throwing you out a guest number that I've texted you. I am actually going through with you and analyzing this aspect of your business. The other piece is, guys, you got to pay attention. Those safety violations will cost you something else. And it stays on your record for 24 months. That's 2 insurance policies that's going to double your premium because you did not have in your truck with you when you were pulled over. You didn't have your master COI. You didn't have your cab card. You didn't have your medical card, and you didn't have the registration, and you damn sure didn't check your truck before you pulled off. So I'm telling you, I literally looked at one today. This dude had 9 inspections and failed 7 and is very concerned about why his insurance is $4,000 a month for one truck.
How's that man still in business?
Exactly. So
sorry, Karen.
Sorry about that. Believe it or not, really quick, and then I'll let you say, believe it or not, some of these inspections, if you could be not even yours. I've heard that a few times. They are disputable. That don't mean that they're going to take it off, but you can dispute it. And I cannot impress upon you guys enough to pay very close attention to that piece of your business. Go ahead, Rob. I think you froze.
I'm sorry, I completely clicked out. I completely clicked out of the window like a dingleberry. So I want to touch on what Joseph is saying. And Joseph, brother, man, I appreciate all this stuff. If y'all didn't read the comment I put up earlier, he used to be a DOT compliance officer. So like this guy just knows a shit ton. We're going to have him on our show. But Joseph, I think what her point was, and I actually said this to someone else earlier, or someone a few days ago in my Facebook group. They were talking about that they wanted to start hauling household goods and all this stuff, and all these people, and he asked what kind of insurance he needs and so forth and so on. All these people were saying, oh, your normal insurance is fine, so forth and so on. You don't have to update your FMCSA. And I was the only one that told him, no, man, like, dude, household goods is completely different. You need to put that on your FMCSA. You have to put all this data. But to get to Karen's point is, I've also seen as a broker, Joseph, that a lot of these carriers, like she said, they have no flipping clue what they're doing on this FMCSA. Like, they're just drivers. To them, the only thing that matters is picking up a load, delivering a load, and getting paid for it. They're not compliance people. And so with that said is, what, like she had said, these insurance companies go and check your FMCSA, and they will base your insurance off of what, you put on there. All those options on there, obviously, Joseph, I'm sure it requires a higher level of insurance. It puts you in a different bracket, and those all raise your cost. And so I think Karen is just, basically saying, hey, pay attention to what the hell you're doing. Don't don't complain to me that I'm charging you $5,000 for you actually carrying general cargo, but you have on there, you have household goods, and you haul dynamite on the other. Karen, I've seen it all. I swear to God. I know, right? I have seen it all as a broker, because we check all this stuff. So yeah, but Joseph, man, I can't wait to have you on, Joseph, dude. I love it. What's Joseph saying? The reality
Joseph.
Dude, he is him and I are on LinkedIn. That's where he's obviously commenting from. I follow his content. This guy puts out some stellar shit. Really, really, really great content that a lot like you were just pointing out, Karen, these carriers don't know this stuff. They have no flipping clue. The reality of SMS is the data is unreliable to gauge a motor carrier safety posture. I will agree with that, Joseph. I have seen that when we'll pull like a highway report or carrier 411, that kind of stuff, what they say versus what FMS or FMCSA says, as far as like their accidents, inspections, so forth and so on, are completely different. And that leads me to a question with you, Karen. Do you know if your underwriters and such with the insurers that you use, do they check stuff like highway, carrier 411, carrier assist? Those type of things. Because
they do. Not all of them do. Not all of them do, but they do. They do check it at some different levels. Right now, they're even requiring. I have a carrier right now, you guys. It's given fan-fucking-tastic rates, but they're making you give them access to your ELD. So. Yeah, these carriers, they want to know what your driving status looks like. They want to know. I've got one that requires a 360 camera.
Yes, cover well.
that has to be. I mean, you can't turn that bitch off for 24 hours. They want to see every damn thing.
Hey, Karen, to touch on that, we actually. Man, Hunter, maybe it was this week. Guys, y'all have to bear with me. I have a brain injury, so my brain is really fucked up. But I think it was this week, Karen, we touched on how insurers are using technology to help with insurance rates, things like cameras, interactive software inside the truck. When we were with CoverWell, we moved from Progressive. Fuck Progressive, they suck. I don't give a shit. You guys can come after me and kiss my ass. You all suck. You're predatory. They should not even be allowed to cover commercial trucks because
I'm turning my head.
They're extremely predatory. But anyway, CoverWell, they requested us to have a camera, and not just any camera, but their camera.
Oh yeah, mandatory.
Yes, and
That's wild.
and they even told us, they said, hey, if you don't do this, we will not insure you. I mean, A, it's for the rate, but B, like you said, Karen, it is for them to view your driving habits, kind of like the stuff that Geico and Allstate came out, where you plug it into your ECM in your car, that it records how you drive, your hard brakes, stuff.
But listen to this though. Listen to this. I covers one of my carriers. For you guys that are on cover, they're not watching your every move. They don't have enough employees there by all of the cameras watching y'all. They could give a shit if you're picking your nose and shitting in your truck. They don't care. They could care less. The only reason that they'll watch you is, first of all, the camera logs if you are consistently going 11 miles over the speed limit. So if you are consistently going 11 miles over the speed limit, you are logged. And if you get a lot of logs, they gonna email you, and then they gonna email you 3 times, and then they gonna cancel your ass. And then the camera's there if you get into an accident. I had a client that thanked me because he got into an accident, and you know that those car drivers out there, they always want to fucking get into an accident with the truck because they know we've got $1 million in coverage, and and the camera saved his ass. So for those guys that are smoking weed inside of their trucks, that you can continue to do that. They don't care.
As a broker, please do not encourage that sort of activity while you're under my freight.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Karen, you're gonna get us canceled, damn it.
I'm kidding. That was a joke. I'm kidding.
No, hey, it is so, but that's the funny thing that you say that, and that actually brings another question to my mind here in a minute. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff, about these drug tests and drivers, pissing hot for primarily marijuana and uppers, meth and coke and stuff like that, and some of them have actually been caught on camera. Like they'll be smoking a doobie and like hit some fucking body. I've even seen one guy, he was literally drinking straight out of a whiskey bottle, and the person hit him, but he got the ticket all because he was drinking out of a bottle. Now, Karen, let me ask you this. Do insurers check things like the clearinghouse?
You know what?
Do you know what the clearinghouse is? The clearinghouse is a thing that DOT, FMSCA, I don't know, one of the stupid, worthless government agencies implemented that drivers now, all of their urine test or hair follicle, whatever you do, they're submitted to this clearinghouse, and they keep track of all the data.
Only one carrier that I know of does that, and I cannot remember the name, but one carrier does check that. One, and the rest of them are probably will go to that down the road. But right now, where the way the industry is moving, they need as many policies as they can get. So I doubt they're.
Joseph here says
right
they
now.
Can't. Joseph, I like that. Man, I wish he was on here right now. I want to know why they can't.
And that's
Okay.
probably.
Hey, look at that.
Okay.
I mean,
Man, Joseph, I love it. But I wondered about that, like I really did. I mean, and I will be honest, Joseph, I really wish there was a way for them to check that. I mean, because obviously we don't want any idiots on the road. However, I will say that, I guess it is the carrier's responsibility to check that stuff out beforehand. But I don't know how it is today. But back when I was driving, there was actually 3 different reporting agencies. Man, I wish I could remember the name of them, but there was one main one that all the large carriers used, and then there was a smaller one that like these smaller fleets used, or the people that wanted to be cheap, they used them to report stuff. However, I do know that the bigger one did buy out the smaller one around like 2012 or whatever. So I kind of wish that they would have access to that. It's definitely something we don't need in the industry. There's a bunch of idiots rolling around hopped up on freaking cocaine and stuff.
I agree.
I do find it interesting. The clearinghouse is a requirement by the government, of course, just as insurance is, but they won't give as. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, never mind. Disregard everything I just said. I was saying anyway. Thank you, Joseph.
Man, Joseph, God dang it, we gotta have you on the show.
Joseph say?
Holy, he said that they can't because it's sort of protected by HIPAA. How crazy is that? Man, you just smoke all the dope you want and say, hey, you can't have access to my medical history.
that makes a lot of sense, though.
It does, bro. It does.
I mean, that is a medical test. So yeah, cool. Okay, answered.
And I could care less whatever happens. So I'm not a driver. So the last piece I kind of wanted to talk about was, we tapped on in the beginning when you're getting your DOT, understanding. I know this is so like basic, but the difference between intrastate and interstate, and understanding that even though you have an MC number, but right today you're only doing intrastate, your rate's not going to change. You have an MC number, so you could go out of state anytime. You're still going to be rated at that 500 radius. Now, right now, I am able to insure hot shots, box trucks, and cargo vans and tractors. There's not really an age limit. A CDL limit right now. At least a minimum of a year. Again, we've got quite a few carriers. So as long as you do not have a rap sheet. Oh my God, Jersey. Almost 90% of my clients out of Jersey has MVRs that are 4 pages long. 4 pages long. It's crazy how much the police pull them over. But needless to say, I've got to pull an MVR for every single solitary quote request. Certain carriers require loss runs. If you don't know what loss runs are, they are just a statement from your insurance company saying whether you've had a loss during the years that you've said your entity has been in business. Oh, and the other piece for a lot of the truckers that have given up their DOTs because they've taken a break and jumped back in it, you're starting back over again. So let's say you've had your authority back in 2010 and you decided in 2022 that the industry, the rates are shit, and you're going to sit on this truck that you own and you're not going to run it for a while and you're not going to pay insurance and you're going to deactivate your DOT and think that when you reactivate it again, you're not going to be considered a new venture all over again. That is incorrect. It starts all over again. And those brokers and those shippers that require you to be active for 3 months, 6 months, some now even a year, aren't going to take you. So just wanted to let some of you guys know, because there's been a lot of jumping in and out of your authorities lately because of the way the industry is going. And I need everyone to know that once you deactivate that, it starts all over when you have to activate it. Any questions, guys?
No, that's a spot on right there. Now, there are some of the brokers out there. My company is one of those where they give some of us that discretion where we can look at the history of that authority, see that it was deactivated, reactivated months, years later. We can see things like when insurance lapses, and even as simple as a lapse of insurance starts your authority all over. And so we can see those, and then of course we can kind of set overrides in our carrier management system for the onboarding. But absolutely, for some of these bigger brokers, see, I don't want to name them. They got to pay for that, but they do. They have very strict guidelines, and if 411 says you're 2 months old, this if you've been operating for many years, it is a breaking point for them. And so keeping up your authority and your insurance both are simultaneously super important, the utmost importance in your operation,
because it affects your rate.
I want to touch on this
or the ability to actually work for us.
True.
I want to touch on this from a carrier's point of view, because we actually have dealt with this, and I will tell you, it has been the most aggravating fucking thing that I've dealt with as a carrier. I'm serious, bro. Like it pisses me off, because here's why. So
tell how it is.
Bro, I'm about to, dude. And I mean, and this is me as a carrier talking shit about these fucking brokerages, man. We were in business for a year and a half. We had to fire one of our drivers, and so our truck set for 2 months, and we were actually already in the process of changing insurance companies. But since our truck was sitting, we were going to wait. So FC, whatever, they revoked our stuff, man. And honestly, I will say, I didn't know that was a thing. I really did not. And the next time that we went to go book a load, everyone's saying, "Oh, we've only been in business 3 months." I'm like, the fuck I have? I was like, dude, I've got a corporation papers that'll show you that we've been in business since 2020. Like, what do you want? You want my LLC? You want my original copy of my MC authority? And it's been a pain in the ass. I will say this about your comment, Chad, is I have had some brokers that are cool, man, that they're like, "Hey, okay, send me those documents. I'll send them to my compliance team, and we'll get an override for you." So,
Rob, why didn't your agent tell you that when you canceled?
I don't because I don't handle the insurance on this side. I will tell you that I'm an operations guy when it comes to trucking. Like if you want to do compliance and stuff, I can't touch that shit. But when it comes to running a truck, knowing how to run a truck, like that's my fucking stuff right there. I was a driver, like I said, 10 and a half years. Like, I know that. But yeah, they didn't tell us that, unfortunately, or maybe they told the owner of the company and he just didn't tell me. But I will say it has been an uphill battle. I mean,
it has, and it will be.
It has.
So it's very important that you get someone, obviously like myself, that is going to talk you through some of that has the patience to be able to inform you, because you've been in the business and logistics for how long now, Rob? And you didn't know.
6.5 years.
Exactly. You didn't know. And so there's just a lot. It's so much more than just the driving. It is so much more. And
so much more.
And then lastly, I wanted to touch on, because this is confusing to me too. So I'm probably going to have to read it. But the difference between admitted and non-admitted carriers. Do you guys know that?
No, go ahead.
Are you familiar with even hearing admitted and non-admitted?
No.
Okay, so there are certain carriers that are admitted and non-admitted in your state, and you guys can find that out. So admitted carrier, I'm going to read it. And I'm going to make it really, really quick. An admitted carrier is an insurance company that is admitted and has been approved by your state, by your state's insurance department. Okay. The insurance company must comply with all the state's regulations. And in the event of the insurance company fails financially, the state will step in and make payments on claims as necessary. That is an admitted. If you end up having a non-admitted, now mind you, there's insurance companies that are going out of business. I mean, look at freaking, what was that? That just pulled out of fucking Florida. Who was that? Farmers. They're not going out of business. I'm not saying they are, but what I'm saying is they pulled out of an entire damn state, and so did AAA. So needless to say, it's really important whether you know what your insurance provider is rated, whether it's an A, B, or C, in regards to some of your brokers won't take people with Progressive insurance because they aren't necessarily known to pay clean.
Trash. I'm in the midst of arbitration with those shit bags right now.
Yeah.
I'm serious. They're pulling some scammy bullshit, trying to use wordage and stuff. And I tell you what, I sent an email to them, and my ops manager was just like, Rob, you no more emails for you to the insurance companies, dude. I went off on these people because they screwed my customer, man. Like they're screwing my customer out of, I think it's almost $30,000 over some bullshit verbiage.
Now, the other piece is understanding what waiver of subrogation is. Have you guys?
So before we jump into that, if we could, I have I think it's an important story to the admitted versus unadmitted that you just spoke about there. I didn't know what that was. I had an idea just based off what I'm actually helping a client with right now. So just backstory there. On the side, I dispatch hot shots. One of my former clients who canceled my services, after they canceled my services, they were looking to kind of cut some overhead. So the policy I set them up with, they canceled and they went to a new policy. By your verbiage, your definition, this new carrier they went with is an unadmitted carrier. Well, the driver got in an accident up in Baltimore. Hit two cars, swerving to miss someone who was not paying attention, and so caused roughly $30,000 damage so far to the truck. Because of insurance, they can't actually take the truck apart to see all the damage. Total the trailer, the cargo. They can't do anything about it right now. Normally, with an admitted insurance carrier, when they're taking their time or they're brushing you off, you do have the opportunity to say, hey, well, I'll talk to the DOI. With unadmitted, they can do what they want, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Their contracts are thorough. And in the case that we're going through right now, they're so far at this point, they're looking like they're going to deny all claims and leave this independent carrier, this independent owner operator, a husband and a wife. She works 80-hour weeks to pay for this to pay for this company. He was driving thousands of miles a week, and they're just a husband and a wife, and they're going to be stuck with the bills for this truck repair, this trailer repair, the storage on it, the carrier, the cargo repairs, and their insurance are going to deny it, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it because they are an unadmitted carrier, and they simply did not ask the right questions. And so, for anyone out there insured, what Karen just hit on is super important to pay attention to.
Now,
insurance seems like a nuisance everywhere, but it's very important, and when it's most important, you don't want to be working with an unadmitted carrier.
Now, Rob said he had cover whales at one point. That's interesting because depending on the state, cover is admitted. And I don't know if you noticed that video that you first played. It had admitted and non-admitted. And there are specific states that they are admitted to and some states that they are not admitted to. So that's very important for you to know that with your insurance. And you guys can look it up. I mean, easily look it up. So, I mean, there's so much to this, guys, that is so important to know that a lot of the public doesn't.
Karen,
if I could, I'd like to interject real quick because there's a comment I want to read to you, Karen. Pivotal Expedite LLC says, I'm always checking the exclusion list to ensure the commodity is covered by insurance company. Can you give a name of a non-admitted insurance agency that is pretty big we all might know? Pivotal Express, I'm going to ask that she say no to that right now, but I would definitely encourage you to reach out to her I'm sure Rob can share her information just simply on a post here where you can click and hit message. Reach out to Karen, ask the questions. If you're feeling uncomfortable with your current coverage, I can guarantee, I'm sure that Karen can set you up the right way.
Absolutely. I mean, there's how much more time do we have?
I got 2 beers left on my counter.
All night.
Yeah, we're usually on for like 2 hours on Friday. But here in a minute we're gonna pull Gizmo on, and we're gonna like fucking start just talking shop and shit.
No
but
worries.
before that, Karen, I want to ask you this: Do you guys deal with broker insurance? Because I love talking about broker insurance.
Are you talking about your broker bond, your $75,000 broker bond?
No, like specifically
commodity coverage and
for brokers.
Oh, you mean like contingent cargo?
Yes. Like, do y'all deal with that stuff?
Yeah, I can find you a contingent cargo policy. I
want to bring something up that I get a lot of people that DM me on LinkedIn and Facebook, and they ask me questions, and one of them that I get pretty frequently is if I know anything about the insurance that brokers should carry. And one of the things that I tell them is always get errors and omissions. And nobody knows what that is. Like, I didn't even know what it was until I was helping a buddy set one up. And I just so happened to find a good insurance agent that, schooled me on the stuff that a broker needs. And it's not just contingent cargo and general liability. Like, you as a broker, you have to have coverages that do match the carrier, and that is contingent cargo, general liability, and general liability, but that also can depend on what state you live in, whether you have to have
there's four of them you guys should have as brokers. You definitely have to have your broker bond, a minimum of $75,000. Okay. And that's heavily credit based. So if you got fucked up credit, you're going to be paying. Usually the rates I've gotten so far have been between $4,000 and $7,000 for premium. Okay. For the year for the broker bonds. All right. You need to have a general liability, which is only a $600 policy. So you need to get it. Mm-hmm. You need to have the errors and omissions, which could be between another $600 policy. And I have that. I have a 1 million to 3 million errors and omissions. And I got mine through Byberg.
Now, can you just define E&O coverage for those who may not understand it?
It's just really, it's what it says. It's errors and omissions. It is if you give somebody, it's like, okay, I'm going to use it on my end. Which is why I don't do quotes, just you calling me. I make everyone go through that website because it's on paper what you specifically asked for. I'm going to give you an example really, really quick. I'm going to make it short, but this one's a good one. I have an old client who bought a truck, got a policy with an agent. He got all the 4 physical damage, all 4. He then gets 3 other trucks and calls the agent and tells the agent that he wants to add these 3 other trucks, right? 3 trucks, 3 drivers. But he doesn't want it to be the same amount that the other ones are. Can he help him out? Right? Now, I know, right? This was going to be funny as shit, actually. So the agent adds the 3 trucks. One of them motherfuckers will get turned over into a ditch. And he goes to make a claim. And guess what? The agent didn't add physical damage to the policy. He didn't make it the same exact coverage as the first truck. He only added the AL and the cargo, and there's no physical damage on a brand new freaking truck this dude bought. And because he doesn't know anything about the business, he's screwed. He owes the finance company. The driver is his driver. He didn't have workers' comp. The driver is suing him, even though he's the one
Oh man,
who flipped the freaking truck. And
I need
that
chapter
guy,
11 in someone's future.
that guy can go after that agent's errors and omissions. So it's just a policy for us that work in the service industry that covers us for clients that are, that we leave something out, we don't, whatever, just in case they sue us. I don't know if that's good enough of an explanation, but and it will cover legal fees. It'll cover, all kinds of damages for the amounts that you're being sued for. And that's what the general liability will assist with as well.
So, I want to touch on it from a broker standpoint, and Karen, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while since this guy explained this to me. But from the broker standpoint, basically, if I give a carrier some bit of information and that information is completely wrong, I say, hey, these are the directions to the shipper. Don't follow your GPS. And then he follows my directions and he ends up parked in a pond, then he can come after me and say, like, dude, you gave me these directions. You were completely wrong. Like, I followed and did what you told me to do. And this was a result of that. And so that errors and omissions, like, covers basically my stupidity. I really is what it is.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty much.
It is stupid people insurance. That's what
it is. It is.
That makes sense. Every broker should have that.
Dude, it is. Karen, real quick, touch on the other two real fast, and then Gizmo, we're going to bring you on, and it is time for whatever comes out of our mouths.
Okay, so what else? What were you talking about? Touch on
you said there were 4 insurances that a broker needed. 1 was the bond, 2 was the general liability, 3 was the errors and omissions,
and 4 was the contingent cargo. You've got to have that contingent cargo. But I'm not quite sure how much cargo it needs to be.
We have a $250,000. That's what we have.
For cargo?
Yep. Yeah. I mean,
that's average.
Yeah.
500,000.
No, 250. And the reason we have that is because, like me, for instance, I have a seafood company. His full truckloads are worth anywhere from $200,000 to $400,000. So, basically we deal with some high value cargo at our company, like electronics and stuff. And so, we have that $250,000 and such, just in case it happens. But as far as I know, the rule for brokers is, again, pretty much your coverages just have to meet the bare minimum standards for a broker. So $1 million, liability, $100,000 cargo, that kind of shit. I don't know of any broker that has trailer interchange. Honestly, I kind of think that would just be a waste of damn money.
No.
But
it's really just those 4 is all that they need.
I
mean, if they're also owner operators, then yes, they've got to have those, because there's a lot of brokers that are owner operators too, like yourself, right?
Well, I mean, no, yes and no. I'm a broker through a different company, and so we have a completely different MC. And actually, I am so glad that you brought that up. If you're a carrier out there and you're a broker, I'm gonna tell you, you better set your fucking self up a DBA. You better make sure that your carrier MC is in no way tied to your broker MC, because I will tell you this right now, I don't give a shit if you've been a carrier in business for 45 years. You have got the biggest, the best carrier rating or whatever that you could ever have. If I find out you've got a broker MC even for 5 days, I will not give you a load. I mean, that is the way it is. So I'm actually glad you said that. But no, who I broker with is 1,000% separate. They're both completely different companies or whatever. But yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Joseph said that he's learning a ton from you, Karen. So look, there you go. You're teaching the DOT compliance officer shit. Look at you, baller.
That's saying something right there.
I love it.
Joseph,
So
give me a call, Joseph. We'll talk after this. 404-918-1459.
yeah.
Oh, Karen, you in Atlanta?
Yeah, I am.
What part?
There you go. There you go, Joe. There's a number. You guys should definitely hook up, man. Anything you can do to expand your knowledge on this industry is great. Karen, that goes for you. Joseph puts out, like I said, some freaking stellar content on his LinkedIn. Dude is
I've
awesome.
gotta get his Joseph in the chat. Add your LinkedIn information so I can find you and start harassing you. The other thing I wanted to talk about was IFTA. No one ever wants to talk about that.
IFTA stuff.
It is like they know nothing about this. Nothing. And I don't know that much about it either. So I'm asking questions here. I deal with the insurance. All I know about is that they've got to file these if they're IFTA forms every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people out there that are robbing these owner operators blind and charging them to file their IFTAs.
You're right. They are. We actually just took control of our IFTA on the carrier side about 3 months ago, and I want to go ahead and give a plug to TruckLogix. If you were a carrier out there, I'm telling you, man, if you just look for a simple dispatch system, not a true TMS like freight management system up here offers, TruckLogix is really good software. They help you track your IFTA, but we just took it over and come to find out, this dude was charging us $225 to file IFTA, and I literally maybe hit like 5 buttons, have my IFTA figured out, and then I give it to the owner, and the dude files it with the state of Texas. It is right. It is unbelievable because a lot of carriers don't understand it. They think it's some big, difficult thing.
It's not your yearly taxes. You don't have to come up with a shitload of receipts. You pull the information from your freaking ELD and you type it in. Don't pay people to do that for you. That's a waste of money. That's the same thing I was saying in the beginning when and some of y'all brokers are going to be mad as shit at me, but and not brokers, but not brokers, but when you're trying to do not let people charge you $700 for them to file for your MC and your DOT number. If you got $700 to burn, I will put my Cash App and my Zelle in this chat, and y'all can send me that damn money. This is not Karen, my real living room. This is not my real living room. Bye.
Robert Parham at Pivotal Expedite, dude, is freaking super stellar. Him and I actually had an hour meeting yesterday, and man, I love the guy. He is the dude graduated from MIT, so I'm gonna just fucking leave it at that. But so Karen, hit him up. Super freaking incredible guy. Has an
if you go on your LinkedIn, he on the Facebook post, it looks like he put his LinkedIn link there, Karen. I'm sure Robert can send that to you, but
all right,
definitely go hit him up. What's Joseph got to say here? Oh crap. hold on, Joseph, I'll bring you back up. IFTA has zero to do with FMCSA. You're right, Joe. I mean, of course you're right. I mean, but I just recently, had learned that, for some reason I had this misconception that it was tied with something to have to do with the FMCSA,
It's
as far
not.
as whatever the case, but you're right. It's not. We simply file ours through the state of Texas. It is not expensive at all. I think, man, we're like a couple of $100. It's not freaking crazy. And so
How long were you paying? How long were you paying that guy $250? So you were paying him $1,000 a year?
Yeah, only like 6 months or something like that. And it was we only figured out it was stupid, like I said, after I started exploring this little dispatch system that we use. And I was like, oh, holy shit, they do IFTA reports. And I know a guy that works for the company. So his name is James. I called him up and said, James, can you run me through this? And he set me up with someone. They showed me, hey, this is all you got to do. Just like click this button. It generates the report, download the report, send that shit to state of Texas, and pay the few hundred or whatever dollars it is.
And that's it.
Simple as that. Simple as freaking that. FMSCA is not looking for IFTA compliance. Joseph,
yeah, that's new to me.
Comment. I'm gonna remove that comment.
Cares.
You're just telling people how to run illegal, Joseph. Damn it.
hey, Rod, what ELD service do you use?
We use Motive, which was previously Keep Trucking. I will say that I'm happy with them. I like them. Their software is very interactive or user friendly and very interactive. And it does generate a lot of data, but I will say this. I will tell you this. I do not pull my IFTA information from Motive, and this is the reason why. Because that shit tracks your miles, whether you're loaded or not, driving on the way home, whatever. I only pull it from my dispatch system because when I enter the address, I always enter where we're empty, and then of course it calculates where the load originated and where it goes to, and it is exact miles. They use ProMiles, Rand McNally, and Google. I actually always choose Google because it is exact door to door. So that is the one thing I will say about that. I do not use my ELD to pull my IFTA because I don't think it is actual solid data for the reasons that I just said. But hey, you do whatever the hell you want, whatever benefits you. I will say this, that $20 savings is $20 savings. Gosh dang it, that's a weekend of beer. So
look, all I know about IFTA
sounds like a Saturday afternoon.
Good or not?
Really.
IFTA freight good or not? That's
so.
I'll play dumb on that game.
I brought up the ELD. I brought up the ELD because I am a ambassador for Motive, and you can register, guys, for Motive off of my website. That is one of the
don't y'all do that. Don't y'all do that. Come to Rob's page because I get stuff and I'm playing. Motive hit me up.
There's a whole lot of plugs happening right now.
I know.
Motive hit me up, man. I've got 2 people from Motive in my DMs right now. Because they saw the size of our Facebook group. We're 43,000 people almost right now. On my LinkedIn, I've got almost 5,000.
I do not care. This is about me, your sponsor.
I don't care. Honestly,
go to my website.
I ain't got time. I ain't got time for it. Hey, I could go through my DMs right now. I've got factoring companies, fuel card companies, ELD companies. I've got insurance companies. All of them telling me I'll give you referrals. And I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for that shit.
I know,
give me money.
I do. I've got time for it. So go to my website, www.carrotandcake.com. And speaking of factoring companies, I want to get more information about the one that you guys had on the show last.
Shoreline, Clinton, Nick. Yeah, awesome. Baby. Yeah, they are awesome. Amazing.
I haven't talked to a more customer centric or client centric factor ever until talking to that gentleman. Man, highly recommend.
Yes.
If I ever own another truck, I will factor with that man. If I factor.
1,000%. We are having a meeting with them next month. We are going to move our business over to them. 1,000%. I recommend
Awesome.
Shoreline Capital. They're out of Utah.
Where are you now? Who are
Me?
you with now?
But
Don't say it. Don't
Love.
say it.
Fucking Loves. I hate them.
Never-
let me tell you this shit, bro. Let me tell you this. Like this lady, I'm telling you, I've never wanted to throat punch somebody so fucking bad through email in my life. I'm gonna find me a meme of someone getting throat punched so I can send this shit to everybody that acts stupid with me. But I sent in a BOL. We picked up a load from a Walmart. It was a load of cardboard. Walmart had dick to do with this load. All they did was it came out of their building. You know what I mean?
I thought you said Walmart had a dick.
Oh yeah, no. Well,
It was on sale. It was on
I've been there. They have
That
a
was
few.
on sale.
hold on. Just listen to me. I'm gonna give you an example of
All
why
right,
you want to go to Shoreline Capital.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
This was only a $1,900 load. That was it. I sent this load into them Monday or Tuesday. They emailed me Tuesday and said, we need the BOL in PDF format. That was my bad. I didn't attach the correct file. I attached the JPEG, not the PDF. I immediately replied to them and said, my bad. Here's the PDF. Thought everything was good. Lady emails me today, hey, where's this PDF? And I'm screenshotting her. I'm like, look, lady, I fucking replied literally 59 seconds later. And this was her thing. Oh, well, you didn't put in this specific email. And here was my kicker. There was the email that you submit your schedule. That's what Loves calls it. And then there was two other people in the email that worked for Loves. And I literally was like, are you fucking kidding me? There were two other people in this email who sent out the email, and you're telling me because I didn't add one specific one, you didn't factor my shit? And we get a wire. We get a daily wire. So I told her, I said, so that means you're going to give me this wire for free, right? Because it took you 2 damn days to get back to me to let me know that I ain't got my damn money. And now here's the second part. The BOL that we got, the shipper did not sign it. The consignee was a huge recycling company in Washington. My guy actually delivered after hours. They accepted him specially, and they didn't sign the BOL. And it's because these guys were ready to leave. Like they had already stayed there an hour.
It's after hours.
They unloaded my guy. My guy left, and they closed the gates. He sent me the BOL 2.5 hours later when he got to our other pickup in Sweet Home, Oregon. So I didn't realize, or I caught it when he sent it to me, but I didn't see that the receiver had signed the BOL. So she goes, oh, well, there's no signature on the receipt for the BOL. And I'm like, bitch, when have you ever had me send you a load that wasn't delivered? Like, I want to choke you right now through this fucking email. You were holding $1,900 like a petty son of a bitch. Like, just pay me my money. And dude, I'm still fierce about it. Like, again, $1,900. Loves is an almost $1 billion company, and you're fucking with me over $1,900. And then here's the other kicker.
How long is your contract with them? Are you going to be bought out?
No. I'll tell you this. Yes. Here's the shitty thing about people like them. I hate to say it, Triumph, OTRs like this. RTS, all these big people, that even when your contract ends, they make it so damn difficult to get out of it. And this is what their tactic is. We were going to switch about 6 months ago, and like this Facticom was sending everything to Loves that they needed. Hey, we need an aging report for them. What is it going to take to buy them out? All this stuff. Loves just like, fuck you. We're not going to reply. I'm not bullshitting.
No,
it took us a month and a half before Loves replied, and then they started with some bullshit. Oh, we need this and this and this and this and this. It was fucking ridiculous. The owner of the company that for the carrier side, he just said, dude, forget it. I don't have time to deal with this stupidity. So there's their tactic. Like, they know that these carriers honestly don't have time to deal with this. That factoring, insurance, stuff like that, it is very intense, involved things, and carriers just don't have time to really mess with it. So that's their issue. But
my
again,
question to you though is, what is the length of contract did you sign?
a year.
Okay.
A year. But again, that doesn't matter, because a lot of these factoring companies, they do that. Like, they purposely do not answer. They don't send the prior documents to be bought out. They drag their ass, so that way the carrier just eventually gives up. And my boss did. I mean, I didn't, but unfortunately I'm not on the contract, and I can't just say, hey, check this out. You either release my shit, or I'm going to do, I don't know, whatever I could do. Probably nothing, but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
I get it.
I'm going to start sending my stuff through another factoring company.
Okay, so I'm going to plug my factoring company that I have on my website. It's TBS.
No, you can't do that. Nope. I'm sorry. No, Shoreline is our people. No TBS. No, disregard that stuff. We don't mess no TBS over here. Shoreline factoring.
Okay, Shoreline.
Look at it, Harry. You lie like porn, bro. Look, this is a family show.
I
know. Hey, all right. So
okay.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that Rob sends porn to. It gets weird.
Dude, if I send you porn, my bad, bro. To be honest with you, I have probably not watched porn since I was like 16 or 17. I swear to God, to you, bro. I got a super hot wife, bro. We've been together since high school. I have no reason to watch porn at all. I can pull up my Facebook right now and show you my MILF of a wife if you want to see it, dude. So,
oh boy.
So anyway, we've been talking about insurance forever, and so what we're gonna do is, for the last
shit,
we're going to pull on Gizmo and his politically incorrect ass. No, I'm joking.
Oh man, DC is in no part of this guy's mind. I look forward to it.
He is something else, bro. We remember last week we had to pull his ass away from getting into conspiracy. Well, Terry and I chop it up through DMs all the time. He be fucking cracking me up, man. But Giz, we're gonna pull you on. Get your wiener out your hand and get the drink in your hand, and let's start talking shop. Terry, I will let you tell people a little about yourself, what your background is for the new folks that plug order freight funding, and get that shit off my screen. I can't believe I even put that on there. Don't y'all be listening to them fools. Shoreline Capital.
Don't give me that shit. I've been quiet all fucking night.
Thank God.
That's about to change.
Don't start with me. I had a bad fucking day.
Bad day.
Friday, baby. What was
going today, bro?
Oh man, it was just, I thought every broker today was stuck on absolute fucking stupid.
Tell us about it.
Everything was $2 a month. Everything. I'm like, how the hell can? There's no money. Shit, you're running your truck for free the way diesel is right now. It's absolutely incredible. I know I got you three brokers in the room. Start giving more money, man. We're dying out here.
So before we get into that, Terry, can you kind of just tell us what kind of equipment are you dispatching here?
Oh man, I dispatch let's see, flatbed, step decks, RGMs, reefers, and vans. I do it all. So I mean, I still get pretty good money, but I was talking with Nora earlier. Nora can't get above $2 a mile out of the Northwest. Period.
Well, no, it's terrible up there.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
I mean, you gotta stay away from being cornered in this kind of market. Most you do, but
I see my trucks, or I try to keep my trucks in the Midwest. But the problem doing that is your drivers get pissed off seeing the same thing.
Well, yeah, but it's summertime, baby. They ain't worrying about that snow right now. I mean,
Midwest is booming right now.
around you, you're
Midwest
making
is
money.
booming.
The moment you cut that 360 in any kind of piece, you're losing money because you're cornered.
Tell him, Terry. Say you want to see the same shit. You want to see the same shit, or do you want to see a paycheck?
Well, it's like this.
That's right.
You shoot me a bad rate, I'll be polite until it's not time to be polite. I try to educate people. You guys know a lot of these new rookies are getting on the phones, don't know jack shit. They're given a number, and that's the number they try to stick
They're looking at the fucking Datlo, and they're going $20 above that, and they're just kind of like everyone who knows what they're doing.
I booked a $44 a mile load this week. They went 24 miles.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You know, I had to find something for my
You
guy.
had more wait time than he did fucking drive time.
What's that?
You had more wait time than you did drive time.
Well, yeah. But, you know, when you got the broker on the phone at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there's a lot of freight in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to do what you got to do. I'm not going to run a truck if my guy can't put money in his pocket. If he cannot make a living, there's no reason. And I'll be damned if I'm going to be the one to put someone out of business due to my decisions, because, man, these guys, they trust me with, you know, $150,000 because all their bills, man, their entire life is in my hand. I try to keep my rates as high as I can, but when they're constantly being pushed down by people that don't give a shit, I've had people literally tell me on the phone, I don't care if you make a profit.
Terry,
and those are the ones that usually get a hang up.
So I want to touch on this, and I took the video off the feature tab in my group, but I want to tell you, all you carriers, once and for all, that brokers are honestly not in control of the freight. And if you think that, you have no fucking clue about really what goes on in this industry.
Someone is doing no market analysis in their offline.
Hold on, just hold on, because I know there's going to be arguments here, but I'm telling you, these are 1,000% facts. Is the shipper controls the rate. I don't care what you think. That a broker can come to a shipper and say, I want $4 a mile, and if that lane runs $2 a mile, the shipper's going to tell you to fuck off. If you think that shippers don't know what rates run for, you're a fucking moron. These guys have years and years and years of data that they go off of for what they book loads. Here's an example. I have a guy today. I run plastics for him. I bring in recycled plastics. He puts it in his facility. He turns it into pellets, and he ships it out to people who manufacture retail plastics. Today, I booked a load for him. The lane is up to $1,350. That's what I charged him. It's like a 300 mile load run, some shit like that. And he asked me, he said, man, why is the rate going up, Rob? Like, we were at whatever it was, 12 or 12.50. And I said, dude, the market changes, man. Like you don't, like, I understand that you want it to be cheap, but this is what the market value is. Point is he knew what this lane has been running for the last 2 years. And the only reason I got it is because I built a relationship with this guy, and he knows if I tell him this is what it costs, then you can take that shit to the bank, literally. So again, brokers, they do control the rate to a point because they're the ones that post the rate on the board. And yes, I will agree, there are a shit ton of brokers out there posting loads $300, $400, $500 below the lane rate. I know because as a broker, when I rate, I'm intelligent enough. And if you're a broker that does not rate this way, I'm about to tell you how to up your game right now. I go and hold on, Terry, just hold on. Listen to me. When I rate a load, I go on DAT and I see what the other brokers are posting it for. or a similar lane. And then when I go back to my customer, I always, and this is just me, I quote enough to where I can post that load on the board above what the other brokers are posting it for, and also to be competitive. So basically, just to wrap it up, brokers control, I would say 10%, maybe 15% of what the actual rate is. Shippers are the one that control the rate because they're the one that pays the bill. And I'm also going to say this for the 1,000th time: you carriers only have yourself to blame for this shit. If you wouldn't have acted a fool during COVID, nope, Terry, I'm telling you, every broker, every shipper will tell you this. If you wouldn't, hold on, because every time someone talks over, guys, like it interrupts, but I will give everybody time to talk. This is me, 16 and a half years of experience. I do several $1 million a year in fucking sales with my company, so I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of what I'm talking about. If y'all wouldn't have taken advantage during COVID, and don't ever come to me with some fuel bullshit again, because fuel is almost the same price that it was then. I know, because I run a truck. So don't tell me what the costs are, because I know. But when you were charging these people $4 and $5 a mile, and
I still charge them $4 and $5 a mile.
I understand, but I'm telling you, these shippers knew that you were taking advantage of them, and they allowed it to take advantage of the situation. Because of the situation,
rate the entire time.
Nope. I understand, Terry, but I'm telling you, as someone who deals with shippers every day, I deal with $100 million companies who all they concerned about is their transportation costs, because that is the number one expense that they do. Here's my point. I have had shippers literally tell me that now it is my turn. I got taken advantage of for 2.5 years, and I had to decrease my profit margins, and now they want theirs. Here's the flip side. If you think that shippers give two shits about you being profitable, you're wrong, because this is the way that a free market and business works. Hold on. Everybody's out for profit.
Hard. You guys put trucks out of business. That's the problem.
They don't care. They don't care, Terry. They don't give a shit.
And they're gonna end up
when one falls, another one's gonna come right on up.
I'm gonna charge out the ass, and I'm gonna fucking enjoy it. I'm
why the market is so unstable.
Goddamn hard. I mean, when this shit flips, it's gonna flip, and you know it.
It does all the time,
and you know it. And you're going to end up paying the survivors. You are.
Hey.
You know it, Rob.
Chad, go ahead, brother. Say what you're going to say. Hold on, Terry. I'll get back to your comment. Go ahead, Chad.
Well, the market has been, I don't want to say it's been unstable for years, but in my 14 years of doing this, I have owned trucks. I brokered. I've dispatched. I've managed over 47 trucks. This has happened multiple times in my career, guys. Market goes up, it goes down. It's a shipper's market, it's a broker's market, it's a trucker's market. Newsflash for everyone listening, everyone on this thing: it's never a fucking broker's market. All right. The most competitive market in this industry is being a broker. There's
I know that.
There's mom and pops popping up all over. There's fucking college kids coming out and working for, a few of them. I refuse to say their names on this show because I think the show's above that. They're working for those guys. They're giving $20 above that average or that low just to damn get the freight. They destroy the market. Those are the reasons. Those are who you should be pissed off at, not the brokers, not all the brokers.
No.
The small percentage of brokers who don't know what the fuck to do and who's never worked with a truck, never owned a truck. Those are the guys you should be mad at first. But needless to say, it's done this a few times. Yes, right now it's a shipper's market. It really is. There's not a lot of freight. There's a lot of trucks. Trucks are going to shut down. What's going to happen is because trucks are going to shut down, it's going to turn in a few months to a trucker's market. There's going to be 10 loads per truck in every single fucking market in the country. And then you're going to make your money. Your concern right now does not need to be making huge profits. It needs to be keeping that truck running So when this market does turn, you're fucking over the shippers, and then you make your profits, and then you go on vacation. Brokers understand this concept. We understand how the market splits when we play that game. Truckers want to make money every day. It doesn't work like that. We have a supply and demand in this country, and that's what leads to every industry. Understand that. Make it through the tough times and enjoy the good times.
I agree with you, Chad. I say this all the time. Most carriers, and again, guys, I don't try to talk shit about carriers, on purpose, because again, I'm a carrier, but I will tell you, I'm a different kind of carrier. I understand how this game works, and the ones that don't are the ones that just do nothing but bitch all the time. However, you're 1,000% right, Chad. The thing that a lot of people, even brokers, do not understand in this industry is cyclical. If you go and look on DAT right now, the only lanes that ever stay the same is like shit to Florida, shit to California, or shit from out of California. That's it. Every other lane, it is an up and down graph. And that is because the industry is cyclical. It is a supply and demand. That's how a free market works. Sometimes the supply of trucks is low and the shipments is high, and sometimes it's reversed. And like Chad said, you have to be intelligent enough, whether you're a broker or a carrier, to understand how the market works and to know. Wait, in the words of the great Kenny Rogers, know when to hold them and know when to fold them, baby.
Well, look, here's my point on this, and to Karen's point, like, there's a difference between intrastate and interstate. All right, look, if your carriers, your drivers, whatever, are having a bad time in a certain region of the U.S., you got to keep up with the trends, man. Produce, where's produce rolling? When there's big produce, there's going to be less, there's going to be less trucks for the dry van stuff. Like, you gotta move around. You gotta keep going. But with the shippers too.
But I'm telling you, these guys can't.
Well, hold on, Gizmo. Hold on.
Come on, Dr. Dre hadn't talked all night. We got to let this man talk.
To our point, like, look, dude, like, as a broker, I am one of probably 30 motherfuckers out here a day calling to these shippers. We get BCC'd into these emails with 20 other cats that get a chance. And what are these shippers going to do? Take the lowest rate, because we've talked about this before. They don't have, like, they're getting paid maybe $60,000 a year when their boss is up there just worried about the bottom line. All they want to do is get the cheapest rate to move their products. They don't care how much, they don't care about service. They don't care about that. And that's something that we can do. But trucks got to move. We got to make our dollar. Like, we're not all out here to rip people off. Like, this is as Chad said, as Pedro said, man, this is all cyclical. It is a roller coaster. All we're trying to do is make our money, put food on the table for our family. Like, we're not all bad.
Nah, and everyone wants that
$4 a mile in this economy is, dude, good luck unless you're going direct or you're moving for like NASA.
That's world if you're getting that.
All right, Terry, come in and talk all your shit about brokers, and then we can kick your ass off the show.
Hey, I understand, and what I was trying to say is I don't take advantage of someone. I never do. 9 times out of 10, when I'm talking with the broker on the phone, or anyone for that matter, my trucks cannot sit there. You know that. But we can't move our trucks at a loss because we've got fuel, we've got insurance, we've got all these different things, and he's got to pay for his home life as well and living on the road. And with fuel, the way it is right now, I don't know what it is over in Texas or where you guys are at.
I think it's expensive everywhere.
It's the same, man. It's the same. Fuel surcharge maybe changes by 1%.
It went up $1 up in Michigan last fucking weekend. Nobody watches that stuff except us. And when it reaches that point,
I watch that. And Dre, I
Well,
watch
then
that.
you
That's
should
a big
know.
part of my job. I watch that every single week.
okay, then you knew up in Michigan last weekend it went over $1 in increase. You guys gotta, it's like I tell them, your customers want to move it that cheap. Have them buy their own fucking trucks, pay the insurance and everything else, and then try to move it for that rate. It's just not going to happen.
So, hey, I just pulled up the diesel prices. Not to like prove you wrong or anything, Terry. I just pulled them up so like people could see them that they are on the rise. But Terry, hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, as a broker and as a carrier, and I know Dr. Dre, Chad, maybe even Karen, she can agree with this. Dude, like we understand y'all's standpoint, brother. As it maybe not all brokers, but the ones of us that are worth a shit, like I feel that I am, we totally understand y'all's standpoint. But again, here's the thing, man, is customers are in charge of the rate for most of this equation. I mean, like, here's my point. I could go to a shipper right now and well, actually I said it earlier and say, hey, I want $4 a mile. But if everyone else is coming at $2.10 a mile, who do you think is going to get that load? It's going to be the broker who's quoting the shit at low. And here's the other thing. Like, we don't control fuel prices. And actually, I want to make this point because we were talking about
AccuBid Pro. Get on AccuBid Pro for your guys.
We were talking about strikes earlier. Here's my advice to carriers. If you want to fucking be against somebody, just shut it down. If you want to be against somebody, go sit your ass outside the fucking Exxon fields down here in Houston. Go park your ass outside of Progressive Insurance. That's the people that you need to be bitching at, because it's not the brokers. We're not the ones that are charging you the astronomical fuel prices, the astronomical limb prices, astronomical truck prices. That is all the truck dealerships. That's all that stuff. And again, I'm not saying this to negate your point of your expenses. My point is that brokers, we catch all the shit. It's all our fault. No matter what the incident, we are supposed to be the ones that make up the difference in the money. And I don't feel that is fair. And again, I will say there are shitty brokers out there, man. And to touch on what Chad said, I'm not going to give them any love because our show is above that. But I really just want to drive the point home that although there are shitty brokers, there are a lot more good ones than there are bad ones. And I'll use this short example. We're running a load right now. The original load was posted for $4,800. It was a multi-stop. I said, look, I need at least $5,600. This is what I know the load is worth. And she said, hey, I don't know if I can do that. Let me get with the shipper. We ended up booking the load for $52. This lady came back after we booked the load and said, hey, I got you $56. I'm sending you a new Raycon right now. So I just want to say, there are some good ones out there, and the ones that are good that are out there, we do care. We're trying to help you. We're trying to make an impact. But when this shipper is saying, I know that this lane pays $1.90 a mile because that's what every other broker is quoting me at, but you're the only son of a gun that is quoting me $2.50 a mile, I'm not going to give up 60 cents a mile on my profit margin for you to give that carrier what they're worth. So that's really the big point, man, and brokers catch a lot of the blame. And for 75% of us, we're not the problem. We truly are not. It is the bigger brokerages that treat you guys like shit. Yes. That, as we say in the military, Terry, I can't remember if you're a veteran or not, but in the military, we had a saying, it takes one guy to fuck it up for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It is the few that are fucking it up for the many and giving us all a bad name.
So
always the bad grape in the bunch.
Rob, out of that 48 or 52, how much did the carrier get?
So, well, here's how I do it. I cannot speak for every broker. There are a lot of brokerages out there that they set a minimum profit margin percentage for their people. For some reason, this whole 20% bullshit for broker profit margin is still a thing. Personally, my average profit margin is around 10%. So here's my example. If a lane runs $2,000, I'm quoted at $2,200 because I think $200 is a good win for me. Now that said, I had an example today. I quoted a lane $200 over. I ended up getting a $500 win off of it, but I didn't fuck the carrier. I didn't say, this is what I'm going to pay you. I said, what do you need to run this load for? And they told me, and that's what I gave them. But me personally, I usually quote 7 to 10% above lane average because Chad, you and I talked about this earlier before we went on the show. The average profit margin for a broker right now is 7 to 12, or what was it, Chad? 8 to 12%, I think is what we said, something like that.
That 12% is the high.
There are brokers out there taking
10%. You're doing well.
Hey, hold on, everybody, chill. Chad, you go first, and then Karen, you chimed in about a half a second after him. Chad,
go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, so average right now I want to say is about 7-8%. If you're getting 10 to 12%, you get, that's because you got a good client base that your clients trust you. If you're making 20%, you better be in some specialized services. If you're moving just full truckloads of Pivotal here, I want to know what Pivotal Expedite does because they're at 15%, and just for the standard full truckload freight, that's a high margin right now in today's market, and that's just not sustainable.
Oh, that's one and done.
He does. Oh, sorry. He does. He does automotive, guys. So like he's Rob is a niche person, and he does mostly automotive freight. He actually used to work. Rob, we have you on the show, or you can comment, correct me. He used to work for one of the big three doing their transportation. So yeah, he's real big into the automotive stuff. Which he's right. Their margins are fucking crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But they also, just so everyone understands, they also require most automotive requires additional, insurance and things that just cost money. And so to have 15% or 20%, as he just said, that's great, but you're also dealing with higher revenue because you're dealing with a higher overhead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in on this for just a quick second. Part of the reason that these rates are so bad too is because of the influx of all these people that didn't know shit about the business jumping in the business in regards to brokers and fucking carriers. So now 2020 equipment went up a 200% for a tractor that was really only worth $50,000. These MFers were charging $200,000, and idiots like a lot of us went out and bought those things. So now we've got all these different cultures and nationalities jumped into the business. I've got to be honest. I hope I don't offend anybody. That with their box trucks and their hot shots and that don't know that $1 a lane is not fucking good, and they take those goddamn loads and run it.
Before you go on, we have a name for those people: COVID Crusaders,
fucking scabs and packies and goddamn white knights. I mean, these goddamn assholes.
Here we go.
Living in the Middle East, and I'm talking to all the fucking idiots
Gizmo,
over in Afghanistan. You're not.
Look at that. Rob started some shit and he left.
Fuck off.
God, stop it, Gizmo. Somebody stop him.
I went on a rampage last
no
week.
stopping that. Step in front of a train and see if you can stop it. That's what you're dealing with right now.
I am sorry I started him up.
Those motherfuckers, they keep calling my ass, and you know what? It's really strange. I asked them, where'd you get my phone number at? They can't tell me. So something's going on, and I don't think it has to do with the small brokerages. I think they're selling carrier info to these scam artists over in Afghanistan and.
Oh, where are you, Gizmo? Where are you signing up to, man? Because a lot of these load boards, whatever, man. Like in those,
No, man.
in the agreements, bro. Like anywhere you sign up with your name, your number, your email, that's shared data.
Yeah.
That's just the time we live in. Like even like DAT. Well, we talked about that on Wednesday. DAT, you sign up, all that information is shared. Zoom info.
But,
if you ever deal with somebody that has Zoom info, whether you know it or not, you send them an email and they send you one back and you go back and forth, your information's out there. It's crazy. Like your information's always shared. That's just the way of the world, man. Like it's uncontrollable. Like shit, you're on LinkedIn, you're wherever,
like
Facebook.
I said, I don't like the current. Well, I don't like anything about this the last 23 years. It's all been shit.
I started him up, Rob.
I mean, seriously, all these fucking kids you put in a truck now, they cry. I mean, really and truly cry. None of them could run. And when I was back in the 90s, early 90s, fuck yeah, man, outlaw shit, outlaw, running 3 logbooks.
Hell yeah, baby.
But you can't do that anymore because the cocksuckers at the DOT have said it. If you have a new truck,
Where's our DOT compliance officer right now? I really went
in there.
So why are you mad at the brokers, Gizmo? Why are you mad at the brokers?
I hate everybody. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna hate on everybody tonight. That's the reason you bring me on the show.
Hey, Terry, I want to touch on what you say, dude. Like I don't never get to say this enough, but like I say it in my chats at work so much, bro. Like these drivers nowadays are a bunch of whiny bitches. Like
bingo.
A bunch of
there are some good ones out there. Some of the newer kids, I mean, they do want to learn. They want to run hard. But most of them, man, oh, shit. I wouldn't let them shine my fucking wheels.
Just whine. Hey, here's my here's my thing, man. I'm like, y'all can't even drive sticks no more. Like, dude, don't even come at me with your bullshit if you can't drive at least a 10 speed. And
we're going there.
Dude, and hey, check this out. Hey, I used to drive 14, 16, 18 hours a day. Like I drove until I was tired. I don't give a shit what a logbook says. I like Terry said, he ran 3, I ran 2, baby. And I kept a razor blade in my truck. So that way, if I messed up on a log, I could cut that shit out.
I used to take my logbooks and I just pull the fucking pins out of them. What am I going to do? Seriously.
Hey, tell him, Terry. Tell him, say, hey, back in the good old days, hey, you couldn't be a little punk. You had to run, make that money. Hey, y'all, guys,
not back then. Shit. I used to carry Simply Green because back in the day, everything was carbon copy, and they stamp your damn time in and out of produce sheds. Well, DOT catches you, you're fucked. So what you do is you take your bottle of Simply Green with a Q-tip, and that shit goes away. Can't get you for anything.
Terry gonna have people pour a bottle of Simply Green on their ELDs.
Oh yeah.
Good news. After that, you'll be forced to use paper logs until you get back and get it fixed.
Let me tell y'all something. Hey, Terry can attest to this. The good old days in this business, as far as like you being able to do the things that you need to do as a driver, are long fucking gone, man. As soon as they did away with paper logs, the game was done. Because I tell you, dude, hey, I was a company driver in a 64 mile an hour truck. I consistently did 4,000 miles a week. Every week, no problem. Like I said before, every company I worked for, the safety team knew me. All the dispatchers knew, hey, if you want some shit done and it has to be done illegal, you better call Pedro Potato because he's going to get that shit done each and every time, baby. The good old days is over. And I will say this for you guys that run ELDs, you need to read the laws. Joseph, I don't think is in here anymore, but we'll get him to touch on this. A lot of you guys with ELDs, you're fucking trained at some driving school and they're dumbasses. They're complete fucking idiots. They tell you that you log on duty for all this dumb bullshit. If you've got a sleeper, you better use that sleeper line on your stuff, because last I knew, DOT requires you 15 minutes for fueling, 15 minutes mandatory for unloading and loading, and that's fucking it. That's it. Ain't no reason you should be sitting on your damn clock on duty like a moron if you've got a sleeper for 4.5 hours. So I will say that all you ELD people out there, you need to get with a real old school driver like Terry or myself who has ran paper logs and can show your ass how to properly run an ELD and get those hours and get those hours and make your money. Terry, tell them, baby, them the facts.
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that you can make money running illegal. You can make a shit ton. But
this is a show I prefer to use the word unethical.
Drivers.
I know.
I've got several drivers that have to run legal, and they're with a company, and they do a great job of it. But I have other drivers that have 99s and pre-model 99s. Oh shit, they're logbooks. I wouldn't want to be a fucking DOT guy, because there's no way in hell they're doing what I'm letting them do or booking their loads.
Well, look, I remember when I was running my first big drayage. When I was running my first big drayage account out in Long Beach, I had this dude. His name was Curtis the Rabbit. That's what he called me. I would send him over like a list of containers I needed shuttled back and forth, and he'd call me 24 hours later saying, "Hey man, I just ran 15 containers. I'm ready to go back to work." And I didn't even ask questions. So it ain't illegal if you don't know about it. As long as I got the paperwork, that's all I care about.
I just want to bring something up real quick, completely off topic. For some reason, her comment didn't pull up, but man, we had this smoking hot MILF that she said, who's that hot ass redhead? Hey, lady, whoever you are, my number is. I'll DM it to you.
I bet you gave yourself hickeys with the fucking vacuum cleaner when you were a kid, didn't you?
Hey, hold on. Let me touch on this real fast. Dude, my nickname growing up was Playboy, and that wasn't a nickname that I gave myself.
That's what I would say.
Hey, my wife's right here. She can attest. Everyone in our city, didn't know my name. All they knew me by was Playboy. That was it. I was 16 years old, bro. Had a strip club in my bedroom. Holla, holla.
Oh Lord.
Karen's like, I'm done. I'm out.
Magic Mike.
God. Your wife's in the background, like, no, he didn't, y'all.
Hey, she did tell you right now. Hey, look at it right now. She gonna tell you. Did not exactly. I had a strip club in my bedroom.
Beautiful.
She is. I told you she's a MILF, bro. She's hot. I told you,
So
man.
pretty.
She said, "Thank you, Karen."
You're welcome, love.
The rest of us can't say that we're in trouble.
I just had to put my. What'd you say? Huh?
I said the rest of us can't say she's beautiful. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, Rob's got one of them upside down pineapples in his
No, not about you, boo. My wife's right here in front of me.
Oh, hey, bro. Hey, dude. Hey, I tell my wife women are beautiful all the time, bro, because there are. Women are beautiful. Men are beautiful, bro. I mean, hey, if you ask your woman if a man's handsome and I'm comfortable with my masculinity, I would straight up say if a guy looks good. And you can't accept that, knowing that your old lady is only there for you, or you're only there for your old lady. Hey, that's the talk you guys need to have once we get off the show.
Rob, I gotta ask you, buddy. Now you just said that. Am I beautiful?
Oh, you are, bro. You're sexy. Dude,
Oh,
hey,
God.
Rob's part of that Dallas Swingers.
Hold on. Hey, as the kids say, hey, Chad, I'm gonna slide into your DMs.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Real bad. Better watch it. You're gonna get your ass divorced. You keep that shit up. Oh shit.
God damn it, keep talking. We don't need no uncomfortable silence.
Right, that was like a solid 15 seconds of no talking on a fucking talk show. Like one of us or all of us are failing at that point, guys.
Terry, we know you always got something to say.
Every day, all day. There's plenty to talk about.
Shit. Well, hey, did you hear Pelosi's running this?
Oh no, Terry,
No.
Is running again.
See, there you go. Just like I said, she's secure enough that she know I ain't going. Well, I'd be a dumbass to go somewhere. Hey, if you ain't cooking me nice home meals every day, because I'll tell you that saying that says a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That is forever true. Like every generation, that is forever true.
She's so pretty.
I appreciate it, Karen. Thank you so much. We've been together since we were 16, or she was 15, I was 16, and we had our first son while we were in high school. And I will say, all of my children are phenomenal, productive members of society, because if they weren't, I would put my foot in their ass.
Amen.
Bingo.
How many do you have?
I have 3 boys. They are 16, 18, and 21. And they are just all phenomenal kids. They are not stupid and blind to the stuff that, you know, the world is. And I'm not being political, just period.
Got it.
All of my boys could walk out right now to my garage and I could tell them, I need you to get me a 15 millimeter socket with a 2.5 extension, and blah, blah, blah. My kids go out there and grab that shit. No problem. I can put my kids underneath the car, drop this oil pan, change this oil filter, bing, bam, bam, it's done. That's the shit that we're missing from society nowadays, in my opinion. Terry, I am not posting that. Huh?
That's what's missing from men.
You're
men
right.
Don't know how to do men things anymore.
don't you be. Hey, amen. Hey, I always.
You sound like she's going with experience.
Things were a lot better when he was in charge. You guys made more money. I made more money. It was a lot better.
I love you. I love you, Terry. You're my brother, bro. We're veterans, but I would say 1,000%. We don't do the political stuff. We don't. I love you so much, but we have people in the audience that they may have their own beliefs, and even though some of us may align with others, I am not trying to put out anybody. So,
come on.
It's not that.
Hey,
I wasn't being.
Real quick.
Sorry, my fucking cat is being a parrot.
Is that what
do you fucking see her? Look, this is
background. It kind of looked like a monkey for a moment. I was actually wondering what the hell you got going on.
Hold on, look. I'll pull down my background. Hold on. Look, you can see her. Like, dude, that's what she does, bro. Like she literally just dude, she will come when I'm in the middle of working and just fucking lay on my keyboard. Like, fucking just the most irritating fucking little animal ever.
Wow.
Hey, Rob. I believe you should check your phone for a moment, if you would.
What?
Your phone.
I think it's time. We got a special message from our sponsors.
Oh yes, that is. Run these. Thank you very much.
We're gonna get better at that, but
yes, we are, and we want to give a shout out again Claren. I was reading your last name. I'm so sorry. We're going to give a shout out to Karen. God, I almost did it fucking again, man. Give a shout out to Karen for being a sponsor on our show. Karen and King Industries. She's been with us all night. She specializes in commercial insurance, especially for carriers and brokers, and as well freight management systems. They have an incredible TMS that will help all you brokers, all you carriers. It keeps track of really everything, all your loads, all your documents, all your accounting, helps you carriers keep track of your IFTA. So give both of them a holler. There's freight management system stuff is rolling across the bottom of the screen now. We have
Mr. Henry Sheldon there. They have electronic signatures in the app, which is fire. I love that.
It is 1,000%. And their information is scrolling along the bottom of the screen now. And we've had Karen's information up for a good portion of the show as well. So you're more than welcome to hit Karen up for your insurance needs. Freight management system for your transportation management system needs. And now we take it back to you, Hunter.
What's going on, brother? So I got one thing to say. College football's back, and you're taking away from my time here, but I don't know what to be more excited about.
Yeah, there's
Aaron
no exciting
King,
games tomorrow at 3:30.
Aaron and King or RMS? Like, that's my stuff here. That's my stuff. Gizmo.
What?
Are you still mad?
Well, you want to talk to me? I thought.
Are you still mad at brokers?
I mean, damn.
He says what?
He said, hey, he said, share them FanDuel bets, Hunter.
No, mine failed all week so far. So
I'll make that a segment. I don't give out betting advice, so whatever I do post up, bet against it.
Rob, we want to say, dude, thank you so much for the amazing comment, bro. We really appreciate you watching. We're going to have Rob on a future show. He does just a little bit of everything. He does brokering, he does dispatch. He helps with consulting. Like I said, him and I spent an hour on the phone yesterday. Dude is just a plethora of information, 14 years experience in the industry. He's worked for literally billion-dollar companies. So yeah, we're going to have him on here soon. Thanks for watching, Rob. We really appreciate all the interaction you've given us tonight.
absolutely.
So I don't know what else y'all want to talk about. I mean, I've got 2 beers left, so we can go for another 30 minutes. But if y'all want
2 beers for me is like 10, but definitely, I can stretch them out a little bit.
Babe, we will have you on the show next week, but Hunter, Chad, and I are going to write you bullet points of the only things that you can say, and that is all you can say.
That's not
cool,
man.
No, hey, dude,
you don't. Hey, you control me when I come on, and I say some pretty outlandish bullshit, especially last.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah.
Everything you say is lovely. It's on point.
Terry, we literally.
I get very fucking emotional.
No,
and
Terry,
I have no filter.
We love you, bro. Chad, and Dr. Dre and I. I'm sorry. OD and Dr. Dre and I were talking earlier about you before the show, and we were all like, "We've got to control what Terry says." Like,
oh shit, you ain't
Ain't happening.
He's got the
Herding cats right there. Herding cats.
Hey, I might end up getting y'all banned from Facebook.
Absolutely.
My profile
our advertiser's gonna post.
95% of the time.
You know what, Catherine? We need to have a girl show. You invite a friend, I invite a friend, and just us 4, and we leave the guys out.
We will lose all our viewers.
I want you to know I was supposed to go bear hunting and here I am doing the show with you guys.
Because you love us, Terry. And we love you. And hey, check it out. Chad and Dr. Dre, I want to bring to you guys' attention again. All the dudes sporting them sexy beards, baby. Yeah. we were talking earlier, Terry, that we got to set a new rule for the group that if you're a dude, you have to have a beard to come on. Like,
we do have our first bearded lady set up.
Yeah, Jessica. And we're going to have Henry on so he can hook Jessica up with a job at the carnival. Remember that? Because Henry's a carny at heart.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be our first official Logistics Lounge Carnival. You know, it'll be like Cirque du Soleil, but a little bit more trashy.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, when we had Henry Sheldon on earlier this week, he was telling us his backstory, which honestly is fucking incredible. You've got to go watch Tuesday's show, Tuesday's show. Henry and his family began in the logistics industry way back in the day. His grandfather used to run power only for carnivals and haul all the rides. And Henry got involved with that stuff at the beginning of his career as well. So we were joking that Henry is a carny. And Jessica, who is going to be on the show next week, was watching. We were talking about beards, and we told Jessica she had to grow a beard, and then we were going to hook her up with Henry as the bearded lady so we could get her in the carnival.
That's her prize for calling out the logistics being spelled wrong.
Yes.
We'll pay for the fake beard. We'll pay for the fake beard.
All of you people that have been watching, Hunter purposely misspelled logistics for the name of our show, and we've been waiting for someone to catch it. And ironically, it took a chick to catch it. So all you fucking dudes out there, we don't pay attention to shit, and this is the reason why.
I'm on the damn show, and I just now saw that.
Exactly. Babe, you are right. Guys, I don't care what all guys say. We are dogs at heart. We all love pretty women. Women are beautiful. We love women. And she's right. Karen, tell her. Like, she's right. Like, they don't care. Like,
they don't care what we say. You're talking shit about how you'd lose viewers. I promise you'd gain viewers if we all were on there.
Did you say something?
They wouldn't even want y'all to come back.
You're right.
Oh my God. Let's see her like this. Look at this.
Exactly. They sure would.
Oh my God. Hey, Terry, yeah. You but you're the only one that's gonna probably know what I mean. Hey, driver, check out that seat cover. If y'all don't know driver lingo, when you drive by a car and there's a hot chick sitting in the seat, we call them seat covers. That's what drivers say, like, hey, driver, check out that seat cover. Passing by the 54 right now. Oh my God. Terry, you and I, you've got to come on the show one night, bro, and we've got to just like straight up fucking talk, trucker talk, like old shit, like CB lingo, like all the shit.
No.
Talking about cheese wagons and alligators.
Any crimes on camera.
I would love to be invited back. I hope you guys will invite me back again.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
Of course, Karen. Yes, 1,000%. We love repeat guests.
I think you guys need a female person that's consistent anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing wrong with that.
You guys are like, no, we don't.
I was never mind. I'm a little afraid of Karen, so I'm just gonna hold my tongue there because honestly, I feel like she could whoop my ass, and
No, say it,
Karen,
say it.
Karen's gonna come kick your ass.
I believe it. I ain't fucking with it.
I'm not.
She's from Atlanta, bro. She's from Atlanta. You gotta watch
I
out.
know, right? You can
The hell with Atlanta.
Actually,
She spent 2 seconds on the show before arguing with damn Rob here, and I've been on a few shows and I ain't seen that yet, so I just simply ain't gonna fuck with it.
I was not arguing with Rob. I just didn't agree.
We love you.
Amen.
I still love him.
Honestly, Karen, I love that you don't agree with me because I'll tell you, I mean, I don't know, I just love it. I think that that differing opinions are a fantastic thing in any subject. You know, whether we're talking about trucking or religion or how much groceries should cost, whatever. I mean, differing opinions are right. That's the point of this show. It's not to just have people on that.
It's provocative.
It's very
Can we go back to how much groceries cost?
I love that you said that, bro. Oh man, I love that you said that. It's provocative. It gets the people going. Yes, that needs to be our theme song, bro. It needs to be our theme song. Oh my god,
you guys are so funny.
We're an absolute mess. I told you, Karen, that if you were going to be on the Friday show, that like things are different between now and Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday we're super professional. Friday, look right there, Chad.
Friday, we all done deal with 5 days of bullshit, and we just ready to let it out.
Yeah.
That's
All
the
right,
reason
so
you bring me on the show, though.
Our wives quit listening to us.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck
All right.
me, man.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna say goodnight. It's 11 o'clock my time.
Oh shit, it is. Damn, it is that late. Holy crap. Oh well, I'm gonna go drink my 2 beers by myself. I am. I'm gonna go sit in my garage. I'm gonna turn on my Samsung sound system and I'm gonna piss off all my neighbors.
As an American.
Yeah.
As a fucking American, you're right, because that's my right. As an American. Until the cops show up and they threaten me with a $500 fine, and then I'll turn it off.
All right. So you guys, it was a pleasure meeting everyone, even you, Gizmo.
Damn it, son. Damn it, boy.
Hey, they bring me on. So they've got a little bit.
No, I'm just kidding. I meant especially you, Gizmo.
Oh, just like a woman, bro. She got you, dude. Hey, now you don't know. Now you don't know whether she hates you or she loves you.
Well,
that's what.
One of these nights, I want to bring
Either way, you were about to apologize.
These Friday nights, I think she'd do good.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I was about to say I agree, Karen. Completely transparent. I'm just a guy. I shoot from the hip. I tell the truth. I was really hoping that you would fit in with us because I think I told you this for the show. I was like, man, I've never talked to her. I don't know what her personality is. Like we've talked shit through DM. You know what I mean, Karen. We've talked shit through DM, but I was like, man, I don't know how she's gonna be around 3 crazy ass drinking guys. But hey,
no. 3 crazy ass drinking white guys. White trucker guys.
I just want to drop a line. I just want to drop a line on that note. Karen was our inclusivity person for the week. Oh my god! Oh man!
You guys finally got someone black on the show. Congratulations!
Hey, Robert's gonna be on next week. He's black. I mean, come on now.
Okay, 2 in a row.
We're gonna lay up.
Hey, there she is, guys. Hey, there she is, being a Karen.
We're opportunity.
Where's the manager?
Hey, Catherine, I dropped my phone number in the chat. Get your wife to call me.
I will not do that, but
I wouldn't, dude. That's like an ass whooping waiting to happen.
I know, right?
And you got 2 of them to worry about that point. So.
Anyway, hey guys, I seriously, I love you all. Dre, you know you my homie. OD, You becoming my homie. We've been chopping it up a lot. I love you. Terry, I love you. You got my veteran love, brother. Ain't nothing stronger than veteran love. You know what I'm saying? Karen,
Yeah.
we so appreciate you coming on, dropping that knowledge about the insurance. Everybody that is watching now, please go back and watch the start of the show. Karen like straight dropped some bombs for you cats about insurance, the way that you guys need to be covered as carriers, the difference between certain insurances. I'm going to her information ran on the bottom of the screen for a very good portion of the show. We dropped her some love as a sponsor at the beginning and at the 2-hour mark. So please hit her up if you're looking for insurance. And yes, I appreciate everybody. Dre, you want to close anything out?
Have a fucking fantastic weekend.
Absolutely.
See y'all on Monday.
Chadley, go.
Man, it's just quite simple. It's quite simple. Logistics is the backbone of America. So let's all work together. Let's keep moving America.
Amen.
Terry, give us an outro. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. We have to be equal. Karen, you go first. We'll make Terry's ass go last.
Oh, my goodness.
We can't make the woman go last. We're going to look fucking
Karen.
sexist, man.
You know what?
You saved the best for last, though.
You
right?
know what?
That's
Amen.
what I thought.
I like that, Dr. Dre. You're kind of cute over there in the corner.
Hey, what up, bro? Yeah, I'm from Atlanta.
You got that quiet, sensitive type.
I know, right? You know
Hey.
what? It's Friday. Let's fucking drink.
Hey, already.
That's it.
Cheers.
That's it. That's all. Cheers. And you know what? I've enjoyed this immensely. You guys are fucking fantastic. And I am available. I would love to come back to the show, like, maybe once a month and hang out with you guys. You let me know, and I'm here.
My wife
Anytime.
my wife just said that's bullshit because like once a month is enough. Terry, hit us with our final comments.
Trump 2024.
Oh my God. Fucking Terry. Fucking
I'll be honest though, like 60% of it was like